Hey, Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about the only two things you need to hit $250,000 a year. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned. One of the cool things about having done this for 20 years, coach business owners, own businesses in the fitness, sports performance, and health industry, is you get to see such a broad spectrum of people. You get to see people that have built 7, 8, 9-figure businesses. You get to see people who are just kind of starting out, and you get to see people at every stage in between, people who get stuck at certain stages, people who kind of just keep climbing step by step, and people who jump up the ladder really fast. So one of the things that has become really obvious over the years is that the people who get stuck in that $5 to $10 or maybe even $5 to $15,000 range, depending on the market they're in, is that they tend to lack a couple of things that would make all the difference. And those two things are not complicated. Those two things are not inaccessible. They're not at all the stuff that most people chase after, to be honest. It's having a kind of a consistency system to implement and improve, and having a monthly marketing plan. And what I think is so interesting about that is it almost exactly parallels what clients need to have in order to achieve fitness goals or weight loss goals or performance goals. They need to have a training plan, and they need to have some sort of facilitated consistency. And if you have these two things in place, everything becomes easier. But very much like clients, the same challenges, the same bottlenecks, the same sticking points occur. The jump from shiny object to shiny object, the unwillingness to stay the course, the kind of stop and start mentality that prevents you from enjoying that compound effect. And it's interesting because I think that most of the people who fall into that kind of stuck category, they teach the very things that they need. They teach this, hey, follow a sound fundamental plan and just come in and be consistent week after week, and you're going to see the results over time. So for us, for business owners, what does this look like? Well, first of all, we'll start with the plan because we have to have a plan that we're going to be consistent with. Well, a monthly marketing plan is essentially a combination of the various marketing channels that we're going to work in and the things that we're going to do to execute within those channels. So the first thing that we may have in place is the offers that we're going to make to prospects, to leads for the upcoming month. The second thing that we're going to do is figure out how we're going to generate new leads and get them into this pipeline where we can make offers to them. Then we're going to have kind of variations of that. We're going to have online, we're going to have offline, we're going to have referral tactics. But then also we're going to have some internal stuff that we're going to be doing, internal promotions that can grow the average monthly revenue per client, or internal promotions that might generate those referrals or might create more reviews on our Google business listing or our Facebook site or whatever else. And so we're going to have this monthly marketing plan that it may have the same kind of framework, right? It may have the same general channels that we need to operate within. Or maybe another way to think about it is just these marketing categories that we need to make sure that we're kind of checking that box. No different than, hey, do we have a warm up or some sort of movement prep? Do we have, are we doing power exercises? Are we doing strength exercises? Are we doing conditioning? Whatever your program design system is, it's kind of a marketing design system. So we're going to have these certain categories that we have to fill in. And then it's going to vary month to month because business has some seasonality to it, right? The theme of the marketing may change. The things that are relevant to the clients, the things that they're really aware of in the moment may change. You may cycle between things because you're not going to run the same referral promotions or the same front end offers month after month. You're not going to make the same internal offers to clients month after month. Sometimes you're going to be running a challenge. Sometimes maybe you're going to be running a charity workshop. Sometimes maybe you're going to have some sort of specialty program. So we're going to have that basic framework that we basically say, okay, hey, this is how we make sure that we've kind of covered all our bases. So we have this plan, and then from a consistency standpoint, internally, we use what we call win the week. We have a win the week accountability and coaching system where every week we identify what our priorities are for the week, and we allocate time to achieve those priorities. And week after week, achieving those priorities, things that fit within the available time or the capacity that we have, well, those things stack up. And before you know it, you've gained more ground than you probably have in a matter of years. Heck, you might have gained that much ground in a matter of weeks. I mean, we've seen people kind of break free from plateaus that had been stuck for years, had been stuck since before the pandemic. And once they employed this kind of monthly marketing system and this win the week approach, all of a sudden you'd see them leveling up week after week. They'd see growth in clientele, they'd see growth in revenue. Their personal workload would decrease because they were spending more time on their priorities. And I think, again, it's the same type of stuff that we experience with clients. If clients adhere to this, they don't have to spend so much time kind of searching for the perfect diet, searching for the precise workout program they need. They don't have to kind of just fumble around looking for the magic solution. They just do the stuff that works week after week, and it compounds. And the same thing applies to you. So if you've been stuck, if you've been on a plateau, if you're just not going as fast as you want, maybe you're making a little bit of progress, but you'd like to make faster progress. Well, my recommendation is that you have these two things in place and you really commit to these two things. A monthly marketing plan that you're willing to stick to for the remainder of the year, and a win the week or accountability, a coaching and accountability approach. Obviously, I'd love for you to do it with us, but even if you're doing it on your own or you're doing it with some other support system, have some sort of approach where you're making sure that you're identifying 1, 2, or 3 priorities each week, and you are accomplishing those priorities week after week, so you get to enjoy the benefits of that compound effect. If you have these two things in place, getting to $250,000 a year, $20,000 a month or so, is essentially a foregone conclusion. It's not if you're going to do it, it's when you're going to do it. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're going to be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.